I've come to the realization that the trucker lifestyle isn't for me. You know, you get into things because you hear about the money and you hear about, oh, you ain't got nobody standing over your shoulder. You ain't got nobody doing this, you ain't got nobody doing that. And that's all good. But all that glitters is not gold. It is a lot of bullshit that comes with this trucking shit. A whole lot. And for a person who has anxiety such as I've been doing it for about 3 years. I don't think this is going to be a good fit for me. And on top of that, like the long days and the bills that come with it. You know, I see some people working out and shit. I can't maintain a healthy gym schedule or a healthy diet running how I run, man. It's just not going to work. So I think, respectfully, I'm going to have to find something different, especially for the money. Like, the money was good at one point. I had one decent job. It was decent. But it still was, you know, touch and go at times. But I mean, with any job, me and my boy were talking about this the other day. With any job, you know, it's gonna come with some bullshit. But like, just shit that you gotta deal with trucking.
Trucking ain't for the weak. Trucking is not for the people that get into it and thinking they're gonna make a lot of money from the jump. This is why people fail. This mindset right here. He's been in it for 3 years, but he got in it for the wrong reasons. He got into it for the money. Yes, everybody want to make money, but everybody has a false sense of what type of money they're gonna make in the beginning. Trucking is not really easy unless you've been in the game for probably 3 to 5 years at least. That's when you start to figure out what trucking is. That's when you start to figure out what type of lane is good for you. But when you get into this mindset of I heard about the money, so I jumped into it. You did it wrong from the jump. Your mindset was wrong. You got to have the mindset of, this is a good industry. I see the potential. Let me learn. I feel like a lot of people get into the industry and don't want to learn. Make learning and getting experience your prime objective when you first get into the industry. But if you making money your prime objective, you won't succeed because there'll never be enough money for you for the amount of work that you're doing. Trucking is great for people that came from nothing and willing to work and learn and willing to have the patience for the process. You have to enjoy the process. You have to put yourself in a position to where your mindset is like, I'm gonna enjoy this and I'm gonna learn and I know I'm gonna get better to make the money I want to make. But a lot of people get into this and have this type of mind frame, and then they start to second guess, after you've been in it for 3 years. That sucks. You wasted 3 years of your life on a career, but really you got the breaking point of, are you going to quit or are you going to push through? Generally, you push through, you're going to make it. You're going to make a lot of money. You're going to have that one job that you finally got, and now you're doing what you want to do, and you're making the money you want to make. But the mindset from the beginning was wrong. Your mindset when you first get into trucking should be, I want to learn. I want to see what trucking has for me. I want to try different things for trucking. I want to get into the right position, not just for the money right now, but for the experience. There's a lot of companies that will give you the money, but you won't get the experience. But you need to get the experience to see what do you like to do on a daily basis. Yes, trucking is long hours. Yes, trucking is a blue collar job. But yes, trucking can be rewarding if you do it right. But he's a person that said he has high anxiety. Yeah, I would advise trucking for him because trucking is a lot of stress. But this is why it's important before you get into the industry, talk to real people that's been doing it. Or you can follow me because I'm going to tell you the real. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. But you have to be in a situation where you have to understand that trucking is a stressful job. Yes, you can make a lot of money, but you will deal with a lot of nonsense. But that's just like any other job. But if you don't enjoy it, get out, quit. But you put money on your CDL, you put money on learning this industry, and you 3 years in, I really feel like you right there at the breaking point. I really feel like if you keep at it a little bit more, it's going to get better for you. But generally, the people that's in the game for 1, 2 years, 3 years, they're struggling. It's because your mind frame is on the money. You're not on the experience and willing to learn. You're thinking about the money.
Intermodal, daily out of big cities like Atlanta and shit. Home daily shit, local. it almost don't even seem worth it in the end, bro. To be seeing a $1,200 check, a $1,300 check, and you done ran 70 hours, bro, a week. And I'm not trying to be, ungrateful or none of that. Very grateful to have a job, very appreciative. But it's just the cost of living. Like, now you can make money like that on a forklift. No cap. And I'm not saying that that's just the best thing to be shooting for a forklift job. But I'm just saying, like, easy obtainable stuff. You're able to go in there and get it. I mean, it used to be a point in time where you could make some decent money, or maybe it was just the cost of living wasn't as crazy as it is now, and it just seemed like that. But now, ooh Lord, shit done got way out of hand, and it seems like they're just funneling people in. You see every day, like, boatloads of motherfuckers coming in. You like, I know they're not teaching these people shit.
That's one of the things you have to understand is when you're in trucking, you need to know your cost of your life. A lot of people are in trucking, but they have high ass expenses. You have a house, you have a car, you have all this. So obviously your pay is not going to match your lifestyle. You got to have a different lifestyle when you're in your beginning stages of trucking. He said $12, $13 a week. That's not bad for somebody to get into trucking. Let's keep it real. Then you working for a company. You see what I'm saying? You getting experience. Sound like you have multiple jobs, so you haven't been at this place for a long time. But if you're just doing drive-in something simple, then there's nothing wrong with that. But I would say this. People go out of business, or people in trucking don't make it as truckers. It's because the cost of living or their life is too high. Their lifestyle doesn't match their job. So if you get into trucking, you need to make sure that you have little to no bills. That's the key. The people that went in trucking, did trucking for 3 years straight, did not have a high as house bill, car bill, and they thugged it out and stacked their bread up to put themselves in a position to have money. But trucking is a tough job to have when you have high bills and you're putting pressure on yourself to learn, but you're really putting more pressure on yourself to make money. Trucking is not an industry as far as from the jump, you're going to make a lot of money. You'll make good pay. Hopefully you make $5,000 to $6,000 a week for company. That's good pay for a starter, especially if you're just doing regular work. But this is why we also go into talking to truckers as far as new truckers. This is what I have in my rookie trucker playbook. The link is in the description. Knowing what you have to do in your first couple of years to put yourself ahead. A lot of people lack on the information that I put in there. They don't do that. That's the reason why they're still behind after year 3. You have to make sure that you're doing these things to put yourself ahead so you can make more money. This is why you need to do your research and invest in your education to understand, why am I still stuck at this amount at year 3? I should be making more. But what are you doing? Are you still just doing drive-in? Are you not doing other things you need to be doing to get your qualifications up? See, you want to make a lot of money in trucking, but you're not willing to do what it takes to make a lot of money in trucking. That's the problem with truckers that go out of business right there. That's the mindset they have. I want to make a lot of money, but I'm not willing to do anything else because I got my CDL. Getting your CDL is just the beginning of your trucking career. There's plenty of things you have to do or learn to make the money that you really want to make. Be a master, be a savant, be somebody that can't be replaced. Because if you're just driving a regular drive-in or intermodal, you can be replaced. But we'll see. Hopefully he didn't quit, because 3 years, I feel like it's a waste of life. But there's a lot of ways that you can make money, but you have to put the work in. It's really simple.